everyone. Welcome to the 2021 Gsaparilla Virtual Art Show. My name is Greg Presson. I'm a photographer. I specialize in photo collages. And so this year it was my first year for the Gsaparilla to be invited into the Gsaparilla Art Show. And so a few weeks after I was accepted into the show, the committee came back and said, hey, we're going to have the show virtually. And I was like, I don't do a lot of art shows, and how am I going to show my work? My work really shows much better in person. And so I decided, hey, I'm going to go ahead and set up a booth in my garage. And so I'm going to walk around and actually show you some of the pieces that I have hanging up. And I'll do a couple different parts. I'll probably put 5 or 6 collages up in each section and go around and walk around and actually talk about each piece. And so most of these collages are made up of anywhere from 150 to 500 different 4x6 pictures. I do a few larger ones, but for the most part, these collages get pretty big pretty fast because you're capturing a large area of landscape or a building or different, like a tree like this or the Tampa Stadium like this. So different pieces get framed different depending on how I actually capture the composition when I'm taking the picture. So I'm going to walk you around here. I apologize for the glare. There's a lot of glare on some of these pieces because they're all framed in plexiglass. And so I'll try to do my best to walk around that. But you can actually go to the Gsaparilla website. All the pictures for anything that is for sale are set up so you can actually go in and actually enlarge the pictures on your screen. And so all my information is on the website as well. So if you need to get in touch with me via a phone call or email, you can do that. It's on there as well. So enjoy the photo collages, and welcome to the Gsaparilla Art Show. Okay, here we are, part 2 with walking through the booth and looking at a few of these photo collages. Again, I apologize for there's a little bit of shadows on the plexi, and I'll try to do my best to stay out of the pictures. This actually is a black and white that I did this year up on a hill in Dade City. This is an old orange grove building. They had just bulldozed all these old orange groves, and I came up there and shot this. Had a nice clouds in this pic, and so black frame, black matte. Next pic is this is actually a collage I did in Myakka State Park. This bank was filled with gators, and so this is gator at Myakka State Park. I'm going to try to zoom in so you can see the gators. Must have been 15 gators hanging out in the water and on the bank. Anyway, you can see the different photos at this close up. I really like the sepia that I did for this one. It kind of reminds me of old Florida. So next one, this is at the Gsaparilla Inn. This is a golf course on the east side of the inn that leads out to the water, and so this is sunrise. We had a big group of pelicans come through when I was shooting this, so you can see they're on different photos, and then there's a boat leaving to go out fishing. Probably about 175, 200 photos to put that one together. Okay, I'm going to walk to the other side here, and this is reflection at UT, and so this one I really enjoyed this shot. I actually went back to shoot this. I saw this picture on another photo I took and saw the reflection. Didn't see it while I was shooting it, and so I went back and did the collage there and tried to eliminate some of the contemporary buildings to look like an old Florida shot as well. And so you can kind of see the reflection of the minarets. in the pool right there, and right by the statue. So probably about 400 pictures to put this one together. Nice big frame for this one as well. It's a nice bold piece. Here we go. This is a white on white. This is some sable palms in St. Pete on the beach, and so always a fan of the beach, and these just popped out to me, and so I snapped a few hundred photos of this one, and this is probably about, I don't know, 125, 150 piece 4x6 photos put together for this one. And the last one in the booth, this is, as you can see, I'm really into palm trees. I love photographing palms. This is out in Naples. This is a lot that was open in this community that we drove by and had these 5 coconut palms, and so we stopped and I took a collage of that. And once again, I think there's a bird and a boat in there that was tooling by, and so nice big piece. Okay, well, we'll wrap this video up, and I will hang some more photos here, and we'll come back out and have part 3 here in a few minutes. Okay, we're here back part 3, looking at the different pieces in the booth set up in my garage for the virtual Gsaparilla art show. This is Three Sisters Springs. We kayaked over and looked at this spring, and this palm tree was leaning out over the water, and so I took a shot and captured this. I really enjoyed this piece. It's funny because there was a sign that said no climbing on rocks, and I had to hide it in the piece so you couldn't see it. It just ruined it. So anyway, next piece is this is some palm trees in Mayaca State Park. I was driving through the park, and this is kind of the floodplain here, and it's all dried up, and I was like, wow, that looks like a really interesting landscape. And so I got out and took about, I don't know, 500 or 600 pictures for that. Probably only used about 200, 250 maybe. I don't really count, but I'm gonna zoom in so you can see a little more detail. There is a lot of detail on the palm fronds. You see the dried up wetlands. All the way to the other side where there was a couple more palms. Anyway, I did this piece in 2021. I shot this piece, I think last year in December. Next piece, this is in St. Pete. Some sea oat grass right out in the middle of nowhere, and so I actually got pretty close and shot this at the beach. This is a little bit more challenging. It actually has waves, and so the waves are very hard to capture when you're shooting, 300, 400 pictures. The waves have come through 10 or 12 times, and so anyway, I put this together. It's a little bit unique with that throwing in some motion. And this one was finished in 2019. So I'm going to slide over here to get out of the reflection. This is a big dead oak tree up in Dade City. For some reason, I love photographing big dead trees in the middle of these fields, and so this one has been around for at least 15 years or so, and so I drive by this every day. And so you can kind of, I'm gonna zoom in and see, you can actually see how a lot of detail in the wood of the tree. Anyway, most farmers bulldoze these trees and burn them, and for some reason this guy has just left this one standing for 15 plus years. So, I completed that in 2021. Okay, this is at Red Rock Canyon in Las Vegas, and so we went out there 2 years ago, and really enjoyed taking an electric bike ride through this canyon. And so we stopped and took a few snaps. I probably have 5 or 6 collages from this trip. Some clouds were just rolling in. Colors were just incredible. If you ever get a chance to get out to this state park, it is absolutely breathtaking. See the colors. And the last one in this walkthrough is another UT. Love UT, always love photographing UT. And so this is actually on the Hillsborough River side. And so there's a boat actually kind of rolling through here, and you can see the water's churned up after the boat came through, but left this one in color with this maroon background, black frame. Probably about 150 photos. Probably took about 300 photos for this. So anyway, if you guys need more info on any of the photos, just please reach out to me, and I can maybe do a Zoom or a FaceTime call with you and kind of show you the piece a little closer. And I will be back for one more round of photos. Okay, here we go, part 4. This first one is Julian B. Lane Park in Tampa, and it has the river walk in Hillsborough River. And so I came out real early in the morning to shoot this on a Sunday, and nobody was around except for a few folks. I'm gonna zoom in. They were coming out of the building with their boats to go down the river and train. And so I submitted this design for last year's Gsaparilla t-shirt proposal, but it was pretty complicated, and I knew it probably wouldn't be picked, but I wanted to go down and shoot this. It was a new park, and so this was done in 2020. My next one is one of my favorite photo collages. This one is of this giant oak tree in Myrtle Hill Cemetery in Rome, Georgia. And so we were visiting Rome, Georgia, and somebody said, "Hey, you have to go sightsee at this cemetery." And so we did. And so we came across this area that had all these unknown soldiers from the Civil War. And so then I kind of came up on this tree and saw that actually one of the tombstones was swallowed up by the tree. And so I'll zoom all the way in. You can kind of see it. It definitely says unknown soldier on all these tombstones. And so with all that moss, and it was a incredible piece that I wanted to capture. And so you can see all the unknown soldiers in northern and southern in these rows. And so it's probably about 800 pictures I took of this. I didn't want to miss it, couldn't go back to Rome. And so it probably is about 400, maybe 500 pictures in this composition, and it took me well over 60 hours to put this together. But one of my all-time favorites. Completed in 2019. This next piece is the taken at the Corkscrew Sanctuary in Naples. We were walking on the boardwalk and we came upon this lake, and this lake was covered in this lettuce, and so I photographed it and get in real close and see that. Actually see the lettuce. And so super complicated piece. I mean, all those little pieces look the same to me. And so but once you start putting it together, you find the matching pieces and put your puzzle together, and so you see the big shadow cast, and when you're putting it together you don't even hardly even see that kind of but when you're taking the picture you need to see that, and so you need to capture what's in your lens, and so it's critical to set up your shot when you first see what scene you want to take the composition of. This was in 2019. The next one, we move over here, and I'm having a little bit of glare issue for this one. This is of the lighthouse at Little Gsaparilla, and so love lighthouses. When we go to the beach, always go look for these lighthouses, and so this one had these sable palms around it, and so I actually came back many times without people, trying to get no one in the scene, because this is a popular area, and so over a few days I captured this a couple times. But this was the best photo collage that I put together. Another 2019. This piece is a St. Pete beach. It's kind of a sea dune with some seagrass. Trying to get out the shadow of this one, and it's very hard. You can kind of see the beach, water. Pretty simple piece. Maybe 150 photos were used, 4x6. And the last piece here is this is on the Weeki Wachee River. We were kayaking down Weeki Wachee, and this large cypress tree was sitting in the middle of the river, and you had to go around it, and I love the color and the blue sky and the water, and so really great piece. I'm going to kind of move around to try to get a better look at this, but beautiful colors. And so my next shot will come to you. I'm actually going to show you how I assemble one of these collages, and kind of work through it, and then that'll be the next item you'll see on the video. So this is the kind of the fourth segment. I'm trying to show you how I put together these photo collages. This is a photo collage of Payne's Prairie up in Gainesville. It was a sunrise that I was shooting, and so I'm just starting to put this together. I kind of just set it out and organize the pictures to make sure it actually works and I'm not missing any pictures, and that I have enough of the composition to make it work as a collage. And so you can see there's probably like 20, 30 pictures maybe I've already set down and kind of played with, and I just lay them on top of each other. So then I'll start working on seeing where I'm at and stuff. And so I'm just kind of virtually laying stuff in right now just to kind of see if this whole thing is going to fit, and just kind of playing around with it. And so I very quickly can add these in and see if they're actually going to work. And so I may keep building up on this image through 5 or 6 pictures in one area to get the collage effect to work. I may have to take it apart because it won't, some of the photos won't match up in a line while keeping the horizon line the same. So I may have to rework things. And so you can see it looks like it's probably going to be fine to go ahead and go. And then you can always shoot a fail-safe photo almost that it will, so you won't have any of the collage like this picture, which I'm not going to use. But just in case your whole collage is dependent upon certain aspects, this may fit in and actually save it because the horizon line might not be off, or some clouds or whatnot in this image may be off. And so what I'll do is then I'll go ahead and I laid this whole thing out, and yeah, it looks like it's working. It's probably, like I said, about 40 photo collage when it's done. Very simple. I'm going to go ahead and now glue it all up, and it'll take me maybe an hour or an hour and a half or so to glue it back up. And then once I have it glued up, I'll bring you back in and show you the collage completely done and the way I shoot it for the photo shot before I actually take it to the framer and get it framed up and ready for sale. So here we go. That was part 4. Part 5 coming up here in a few. Okay, we're back. This is the 5th segment of the photo collage. This is actually the finished product of the Payne's Prairie photo collage that I started working on. It's all glued up. This is about 50, maybe 60 photos in the end. I only had probably 30 photos left. And so a nice little collage of a sunrise. Not many people out there that early in the morning. And so now I'll put a foam backer on this, and then I'll send it to the framer, and we'll frame this one up and have it ready to sell. And so if you need more information about my photography, I have a website, gregpressonphotography.com, or you can follow me on Instagram, Greg Presson Photography. So I hope you enjoyed the video.